Hello everybody, it's Rabbi Lister here with another evening story. Thank you for joining me. This story is about the wife of Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa, one of the sages, one of the great rabbis of the Talmud. And Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa and his wife were extremely poor, so poor that they could barely afford any food at all. And when it came to Fridays, Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa's wife was always a little bit upset because all her friends would be baking bread in their ovens for Shabbat, and she and her husband didn't have enough money to buy flour to make bread. But they did have a little bit of wood, and Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa's wife would burn some wood in her oven, so if any of her neighbours looked at their chimney, they would see smoke coming out of the chimney, and they would imagine that Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa's wife was making bread just like the rest of them. And that way, Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa's wife felt that she wouldn't be looked down upon for not having any flour to make bread. However, unfortunately, they had a neighbour who was a bit nosy, and she wondered how Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa and his wife could afford to make bread. She knew how poor they were, and she suspected that something was up. So one Friday morning, this neighbour barged into Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa's wife's kitchen without so much as asking permission, and stomped over to the oven and wrenched open the oven door. Imagine her surprise when she saw that the oven was full from top to bottom with lots and lots of beautiful bread that was baking away, and behind her on the kitchen table she also saw a big bowl full of dough waiting to go inside the oven. And she was mystified by this, but off she went and couldn't understand what had happened. And the thing that had happened was that because Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa and his wife loved Hashem so much that it was almost a miracle how much they cared for the Torah and did all that they could to serve Hashem and love Him with all their hearts, Hashem did a miracle for them too. And in order that they shouldn't be embarrassed, when that neighbor came and opened the oven door, Hashem made a miracle for Rabbi Hanina ben Dosa and his wife, and He filled the oven with bread, and He put a bowl of dough on the table as well. Thank you for listening, children. Stay safe.